Well, it should be a bull or a bear. Let's take a look. By the way, this coin toss is for tomorrow's opening. Didn't like that. It looks like a bear. Hey, good evening. What's up? This is Brian Kuzmar. Boy, there goes a hungry little, looks like he just ate something too. Hungry little barracuda there. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Ware Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. I'm telling you, this camera, this live cam in Deerfield never gets old. If you get a chance and you want to relax in the morning, just put this up on your screen, drink a cup of coffee, and there's some really cool critters out there. Lots of moonfish right now as well. Lots of moonfish there all the time. Starting to know why they call them moonfish. It's not because of the shape of them. I bet you that's a barracuda running through the bait pile right there, but that's why they're all panicking. But the moonfish, I'm starting to notice they have this silvery skin. They glow. Even in the dark, they kind of glow. Maybe that's why they're called moonfish, right? All right, this is not a fish show, but man, God, this never gets old looking at this channel. Take a look at that. Isn't that so cool? The angels, don't see them very often swimming in schools. But you can watch this yourself anytime, and it's probably one of my favorite bookmarked places. Has nothing to do with silver and gold, nothing to do with anything. It has everything to do with just relaxing your mind. And that's how I like to start this show, relax, because there's nothing to panic about. We're in precious metals. You couldn't be in a better place as far as, well, a lot of things. We'll get to there in a second. Well, my quote for the day is this. It's becoming obvious to most that I'm not going to read this because I really believe that, well, anyways, is nothing but a megaphone for the global elite to present biased whatever that's designed to align the masses with the agenda. Can't argue with that quote at all. And if you wonder why I'm not reading this, I'm starting to sincerely believe that they stuff your channel on certain things, certain topics they don't like talking about. And why do I say that? Last night I thought I had a pretty good title for the video. Not only that, I thought I had, God darn, good content last night. And that seems to be pretty prevalent on, you know, I hear a lot of people that do YouTube videos talk about that. I felt my content was really spot on, the flow was really good, the topic was really good, the thumbnail was really good, but some of the things that I talked about were things that I believe that maybe can get your channel kind of stuffed down a little bit as far as views, if you know what I'm talking about. But let's just move out of there, and if you didn't watch last night's video, I really liked it. I'm surprised it didn't get the views it did. Again, I think certain topics kind of really screw you out there. Maybe I'm just being a bit conspiratorial. It's just in my blood to question that kind of stuff. Well, let's get into what we're really supposed to talk about here, which is gold and silver and the markets and all that good stuff. Currently, 1823.25, the market is closed. I was really surprised to see the markets get monkey hammered like they did in the CRIMEX markets. But we'll take a look at the 24-hour charts here, and you can see, you know, where the markets fell. We're like in a really stupid place that just kind of tells me, in my opinion, that it's just nothing but manipulative, collusive behavior. 1823, it looks like that is the low in gold right now, and probably towards the end of the aftermarkets here before they close. Silver touched below that $21 mark. Looks like a low of $20.95 today and a high of $21.53. Let's see where it closed in New York here. New York closed at $18.25.70, and silver did close above that $21 mark in New York, but the aftermarkets did lower it, as you can tell here, to that $20.98 market. Opens in 16 minutes. I probably should have waited a few minutes before I did this video, but I didn't. And, well, let's take a look at platinum prices here too. $900. Wow, $899.55. That's kind of a surprise to me, but not really. You know, we're in a baseline, I think, with gold at above 1,800. Could we see dips below that? Sure. I mean, these manipulative motherfuckers at COMEX, you know, these big collusive banks and the CRIMEX markets themselves that allow them to do this, it's completely possible. But, you know, this too shall end. I know it's going to end. It's going to end to the big upside for precious metal peeps. It's my gut telling me that. Silver, $20.98 again, and $21.53 a high, so about a 50-cent range there. And again, the criminals in the COMEX markets were able to drop it below 21 slightly. And we'll take a look at the 24-hour charts too. I noticed something weird, that markets are getting monkey hammered in the aftermarkets too, in a place where nobody really trades metal unless their goal is to monkey hammer markets downward. Platinum at 900 right now. Again, touched below that 900 mark, but not by much. I think we're kind of like, again, silver 20 plus, gold 18 plus, and platinum 900 plus. Could we see below those levels? Yeah, very possible, but won't happen for long, and it's nothing more than pure manipulative, collusive behavior by the big commercial banks, and apparently a big money short is in there now as well, according to Ted Butler. But no less, just manipulative markets. And again, the thing is with manipulated markets, if it was crypto markets or something where you didn't have a physical product that people wanted, needed, and coveted, you might be in trouble. But the gold and silver markets, it's real gold and real silver that people own. And it's the problem is that we don't have a market where it's true supply and demand with gold and silver sets the price discovery, sets the price. We don't have that, folks. What we have is we've had manipulative, collusive derivatives and paper positions on COMEX, bullshit, collusive, manipulative paper positions on COMEX that determine what the price of gold and silver is. Not real gold and silver, supply and demand, but the bullshit paper markets like COMEX, all right? And I'm not going to go into the other markets as well, and we know this to be fact. So eventually their paper markets are going to crumble to some degree. They have to. The collusive behavior has gone on too long. Silver is way too freaking cheap compared to any other commodities. But I have noticed that I think the whole commodity complex run by COMEX is crooked. I really do. I believe that there's probably, I don't think it's just a silver market, although we only see it in the silver market and we only have data, Ted Butler and a lot of people have data that shows that there is collusive behavior, manipulative behavior in the COMEX silver markets. I'm starting to doubt and have no doubt in my mind that this spreads across to all the other markets in the crime. I believe COMEX is probably one of the most crooked price discovery fuckers out there. That's my opinion. Well, COMEX is the casino where the prices are set. The people that actually set the prices are supposed to be the players, like the big commercials that screw the silver price and manipulative, collusive behavior. But again, I get so tired of talking about this, and I'm just going to cut it right now. At some point, it's going to get stuck up their asses. And if it doesn't get stuck up their asses, at some point, they're going to find a way out of it with the least amount of pain, exit those positions, and then gold and silver is just going to go freaking crazy. And that's my opinion. I'm sticking with it. Let's take a look at the 24-hour charts. Look at this. Look at where, we had a good up market in the daytime market, and then all of a sudden, boom. Look, in the CRIMEX markets in the afternoon, they just took it down. There's no good reason why gold was taken down. None whatsoever. Everyone covets gold. Central banks are buying more and more gold. Retail public is buying more and more gold. Big countries, Russia, China, a lot of other countries, again, are stockpiling more gold. They're looking at it as money instead of the bullshit dollar. I hate to say this. I mean, I'm patriotic, but how can you be patriotic against central bankers that completely screw the people all the time by decreasing the value of the currency? That's a tax, man. You could call it a tax, or you could call it robbing people as well. But no less, look at this, boy, down, what a shit kicking that is in the criminal CRIMEX markets right here. And silver the same freaking way. Look at this. Funny how they kind of react together too, isn't it? Folks, it's just collusive, manipulative behavior. But again, I've said it over and over and over. Gold and silver has been around 5,000 years. It'll outlive these manipulative motherfuckers for much, gold and silver will be along way past when these banks have gone bankrupt or been charged with collusive behavior, which is not looking likely. But once this manipulation is over, gold and silver are going to take off to whole new levels. And again, not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And I know a lot of you have been waiting a long time, but they've done this for years. Take $1.50 to $5, that $5 range we went through ever. And then all of a sudden 5 to 10, that, for what it take. This was just collusive behavior in the criminal CRIMEX, COMEX markets. And again, I believe this is going to end, and it's going to end I think we're getting close to that point right now. I really do. As I said, look, both metals kind of getting killed about the same time, and there's no good reason for it. Like I said, there's no good reason anyone would sell a huge amount of silver or a huge amount of gold, unless it was paper bullshit, and again, just to manipulate markets downward. I believe that. A lot of people much smarter than me believe that, and I feel like a broken record for years talking about this. Let's look at equities markets here. Dow Jones about 194. And again, talk about bullshit markets. There's no reason why the Dow Jones in this environment, the S&P and NASDAQ should be at these levels. What are the companies that make up these, the Dow and the S&P and the NASDAQ? What do they actually produce? What do they produce that's super profitable? I mean, even Tesla at one time had profitable electric cars. They had a good, 29% profit margin. But they're not even profitable anymore. I mean, all these companies across the board are losing money. None of them fundamentals. What fundamentals? The only reason that the Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ were going up and up and up and continue to go up was because of cheap money that could be borrowed money cheaply, not by you or I, but cheaply by big corporations, by the elite that could go in and borrow cheap Fed money, pump the money into the stock markets. Even some of these corporations would borrow this cheap money, do buybacks, but no fundamentals. What did they produce? Nothing. They just produced more money coming into the investment side of it. They didn't produce great new products. They haven't produced the newest, bestest. Look at iPhone. Look at Apple. What the fuck have they done lately? You know what I mean? The watch, big frickin' deal. Look at, Tesla's the most exciting thing out, electric cars out there, and Tesla didn't invent electric cars. He just kind of moved the rest of the industry towards that direction, and now actually I believe Tesla's going to suffer because of that. Because of the other companies are going in there, but no less, what do they all produce? Nothing, folks, nothing. Name me a company that is just selling the shit out of something, selling the shit out of a product or, maybe a service, but show me a company out there that's selling the shit out of any product that their stocks are simply driven by just crazy great sales. I don't know. I don't see them out there. And again, I believe this market is propped up by the plunge protection team, which is a real thing. If you're not familiar with the plunge protection team, pause my video and Google it, plunge protection team. That's the Fed and the government in bed with each other, propping up or killing markets. I think they could even go in there and kill markets if they want to as well. Who's to say that they're not okay with the big collusive commercial banks stomping down the price of oil or stomping down the price of silver or keeping commodities cheap, because I guess it's in the interest of the United States to do that somewhere, keep commodities cheap. But what if the government has been directly intervening and doing that? But again, that's getting conspiracy stuff. I'm not going to go there. And we've probably been there already. GATA.org, .org. Let me take a sip of water here, sorry. GATA.org. A couple good articles here. I'm not going to read them tonight. I want to keep this video short. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet. And, it's almost 6. I ate a light lunch, too. The Age of Central Bank Credibility is Over by John Authors. Again, GATA.org. If you're new to my videos, definitely make sure you read the basis, confiscation, documentation, GATA.org. They are the masters in telling you how the gold markets are manipulated and who does it and how it's likely done. Now, when it comes to silver, I listen to Ted Butler. I think Ted Butler is the master out there. So, but he has a paid subscription site called Butler Research, which you can't read the newest article, but you can read some of his old articles. So if you want to know how the price of silver is manipulated and why and how it's likely to end, just type in Ted Butler, type in silver manipulation, and there's probably a lot of stuff you can read for free. The Age of Central Bank Credibility is Over. Well, that's not news to most of us. And this is very true right here. I'm not going to say this right here because I'm afraid to say anything that I think might stuff my videos. And again, maybe I'm just wrong on that, but I do believe there is shadow banning, as they say. And they are winning. If you take a look at what the current ruble is, wow, way to hell up there. And they're also winning the situation over there. They've got the entire east now. They've got the entire south. Once they go into the biggest port to the west, and they take the largest city up in the east, they pretty much got most of that whole area wrapped up. Anyway, that's into politics. I might do a political show one day, totally separate from this on a different channel, because I'm sure that'll get stuffed. Interesting article we read yesterday's video too, but the Swiss refiners say they didn't import the mystery gold from this country right here. Worth reading as well. It's kind of continuation of what we talked about last night. And I'm still kind of butthurt about last night. What good flow, good video. And I mean, good flow, good content on last night's video, and as well as I thought a good title. And yet, the views not so great. But I did delve into subjects that are taboo, or taboo as far as the shadow banning world goes. And I'm wondering if even just saying that word gets me in trouble. But no less, I don't care. I do this for local business primarily. If I get, I shouldn't say I don't care, but I do care. Of course I care. I don't like censorship in any form. However, the idea that it would be hurting me in some personal way, no, I don't think so. I like doing these videos, but if they ended them, what could I say? I had a Facebook account for 12 years with a lot of friends. They didn't like what I said, and they just they completely deleted my account, made me go away, made me a non-person. So you know what? F Meta, and F any of the other censors, you know what I mean? All right, give me 1 second. Also, think about this too. When has anyone that's encouraged censorship ever been on the right side of politics? All right. All right, I'm not even going to go here. This is a fucking idiot right here. And what else do we got going on? Another idiot right here. And, oh, God, Hollywood. They're just natural idiots. That's it. Let me move out of here and just go into yesterday's video, see if I can answer a few questions, and we'll call it a day, man. I'm not even going to talk about what the best deals are there. I talk about them every day. I'm so tired about it. So if you want to see what the best deals in gold and silver are, just look at yesterday's video. I'll make you watch yes. No, I'm not going to make you do it. But it's the same stuff, bars, kilos, and 10-ounce bars. And as you know, I advertise to beat who? I'll tell you at the end of the video. How's that? Thank you, Inspanduda, Michael Matthews, Nick, what's up? I appreciate that. And again, disagreement's good. I can't say I disagree with you on that as well, but I think a lot of young people are naive, especially when they do join the military. That's just my opinion. Thanks for commenting. Well, yeah, no more war. Who the fuck needs more war? All right, again, if I get going here, you know me, this video will get like 4 views after I get done. You are correct, the dogs are war dragons. Yep, absolutely. Blind Shiva, appreciate that. And is that sheep? No, that's not Vishnu. Vishnu's the elephant one, isn't it? Charles Taylor says, why are we letting a handful of global psychopaths lead into World War II? I've been asking myself that for a long time. Can't argue with that. What is war good for? Absolutely fucking nothing. That's what war is good for. Nothing. Doesn't help anyone. I remember a friend of mine that told me once when I was a young man, smart dude too, said that all wars were started over money and power. He said there's not a single war you can look back in history and say that wasn't started over money and power, except for maybe some medieval wars where a queen was actually, or a princess was actually kidnapped, but he couldn't name that one. And he's probably right. Pretty much all war, and even if a queen or princess got kidnapped, you think the king was worried about that? No, it was about money and power, who the princess was and what her family was. So wars have always been about money, power, and the elite. And you know who fights and dies and ends up paying for it? The middle class and the poor. Well, we know that's true. Crip Blood, what's up, dude? Population control again. What's that song by? Edwin something. Oh, Edwin Starr. What is war good for? Absolutely nothing. I love that song. My point is that silver's going to move first and fast. I think gold's going to move first, Frank, and I think then silver's going to follow it. That's my opinion. But hey, nice to see you commenting. Appreciate that. What's up, Donald? What's going on? Gold Time 76 Warrior says central banks fund both sides of the war. They never lose. Yeah. Well, if you remember, the Rothschilds funded both the French and the British while they were fighting. They were giving both the French and British money, loaning the French and British governments money while the French and British were shooting at each other. So that tells you what bankers' allegiance is. There's none, zero. It's all about the almighty dollar, or whatever it was at the time. Sterling pound at the time. It's definitely a deep state cabal. Oh gosh, there goes my video down to 2 viewers now that I said that. Oh man. I can't argue with that. Very good article to read about all wars are bankers' wars. Absolutely. Appreciate that comment. Celeste, what's going on? Glad you're feeling better, at least 85%. I know what you're going through, I think. If you're going through the critter. It took me about a week to get out of the brain fog. I'm still saying brain fog. Brain fog. Yeah, I have been accused of that as well, but no less, I know what the real situation is. I know that we created the situation, our government did back in 2014, and I'm not going to go into it. We created the situation. We throw more fuel on the fire, and why? I'm starting to believe that maybe distractions, war distractions, are good during midterms and re-elections, right? Yeah, I'm a conspiracist as well, so take it for what it is worth. Hope you're feeling better. Good to hear that's your 85% there. Clemson says, appreciate personal opinions. Hey, thanks, I appreciate that. Love to see your personal opinions in the comment section as well. And for all you folks that haven't subscribed yet, I appreciate you subscribing, Clemson, and I appreciate you new subscribers hitting that like and subscribe button as well. You would thought, Klaus, that it would have been a great clickbait title, but no, and I think a lot of that has to do, I'm starting to wonder if what you talk about can get you stuffed, as far as viewership goes, and, I don't know, man. I'm kind of starting to believe that because, YouTube does read your entire videos, and they also convert it into, they convert your voice into script as well, and, into whatever, you see subtitles. And they also look for keywords and all that stuff. So I think it's very possible that if you talk about unpopular subjects, no matter how good your video and how good your thumbnail is, you're going to get shit views. I'm starting to really believe that. However, if anybody has any clue or idea if that really happens, especially you engineer people and you people that do software, let me know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Love to hear from people, especially those in the know. Hey, Welco, y'all, you be well too. Wallace Fowley says, thanks, Brian. I thank you for being a viewer. I really do. Greetings from Australia. Man, I love my Australian friends. I miss them, my surfing friends from Australia. I used to run a surfing contest, and I was in contact with all my Australian friends, and then Facebook. That's how I kept in contact with my surfing friends in Australia, Facebook. And then Facebook just cut me off, man, the mother. Anyways, in my opinion, I hope they go bankrupt. I hope a lot of these guys go bankrupt, maybe including the forum that I'm on right now talking about, but I shouldn't say that. Hey, man. Ecuador. Yeah, what's up, man? Silver Squeeze has relatively low volume of silver premium skyrocket. The excuse being retail brokers getting a product due to high demand. Now when silver is super cheap, Lodge says all those squeezers should be scooping up product. It leads me to suspect that the big retail brokers took the perception of scarcity due to high publicity, gave them permission to do a little price gouging on their own. No, why I know that's true? Not true, because it's not the retailers. The retailers, AppMax, SD, and JM Bullion, the big online retailers and the other retailers. The refiners, when I was calling refiners, they didn't. For example, I called a particular large refiner that I've been dealing with for years, one of the largest refiners in the world, actually, international company. To check with silver bars, and they were just like, hey, the guy that works there was telling me, Brian, we're just not getting them in. We're selling them faster than we can get them in. So I don't believe that's necessarily true, Russ. I believe that we did have a large degree of supply and demand issues going on in the investment silver world, and I don't believe anybody was necessarily overcharging per se. I can't talk about others, but I can tell you ourselves. We were simply marking stuff up maybe $1 an ounce on silver, 45 bucks an ounce on gold, which is not a big premium over our cost. And then again, I dealt with a lot of big refiners, and they were having a hard time producing product and getting product out there. So yeah, there was a shortage and there was a real supply and demand issue. Hey, thanks for commenting. I appreciate that. I hope I kind of explained something there. Sorry, Russ, I appreciate you commenting. Thomas says, thanks, Brian. You have rare coins. You want to see some, by the way. I know, man. My knowledge of rare coins is really, you'd be amazed. Rare coins, I know it really, really well. I know grading. I know all this stuff. I'm familiar with that business so far more than a lot of people really would know. And that's something, but I'm doing it so long, I just don't find it exciting to do, So, but you know what? I'll do some. I shouldn't say it. I find coins exciting, but that's a bad thing to say. I don't find them exciting, but boy, I stuck myself in a corner there. Coins are exciting, but I've been doing them so long that I just do this right here. That adding more videos is a little tough to do right now. Boy, I'm going to get my foot out of my mouth and move along here. Thanks, Thomas. Have a good day. Bite Me. Hey, man, love that name. We're being led by the nose. Yep, I agree with this 100%. Don't want to talk about this because I don't want this video stuff, but folks, you read this, and I agree with him as well. Yep, I believe this as well. They have some legitimate gripes, and again, not going to read this, but Agree 100%. Thanks, Bite Man. I really appreciate it. Love the name as well. And Ike went out of his way. Yeah, Ike's speech on the military-industrial complex. And if you're not familiar with that speech, one of the greatest speeches of all time by any president, any general, whatever. It's called the Military-Industrial Complex Speech by Eisenhower. It was his closing speech, I guess, when he left office. I recommend everybody listen to it. It's wow, strikes you really deep. What's up, Big J? Yep. Dirty. Yep. Can't argue with that. And yep. And hey, thanks for watching. Really appreciate that. Ooh, some sex there. You know what we do with these sex guys right here. Well, nothing wrong with sex, folks, but you know these. Oh, there's another one right there. So, all right, you get to see me actually remove these. I'm going to just remove these as we go. It's true they get us to. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Mr. Martinez. You know, why they get us to fight with our neighbors and our brothers and our sisters and the people that we politically disagree with and we disagree with, why we're fighting with each other, they got their hands in our back fucking pockets, robbing us blind and robbing us from our rights as well. Thanks for watching. Johnny Boy says, thought today, if you're too happy, just think about this. They want us 90% of us gone. Sure feels that way, man. McCain was Christian this past week. You know, as far as McCain, in my opinion, I hope with John Bolton and other war hawks that they all one day meet in hell smoking turds. That's just my opinion, of course. Tree Climber says, it seems to me Putin, yeah, I don't want to say that word either. Yeah, can't argue with that. Boy, you said it right there. Both parties suck. And at this point, I'd have to agree with you on this particular comment as well. Thank you, Tree Climber. Johnny Boy, Joey from Seattle, hope you're doing well. Beauty and Chaos. Hey, thanks for the target. And Silver Liner, you are indeed first. Hey, this is hey, I could go now. I can go eat some food, man, because boy, my stomach is starting to growl. I'm getting dizzy as well. Not really. Hey, listen, as you know, I say think for yourself and always question authority. And I am a South Florida dealer here. And well, why do I say this? Because I think it's really important, especially in these times. But again, if you want to know the whole details, watch every video for the last 6 months, and you'll know why. And I'm making this video really quick. Hey, if you're new to my videos, we live in South Florida, and we have a brick and mortar here in South Florida, and we don't do anything online, so unfortunately you can't call me and order from me. But if you do live in South Florida, we're here to service you with great prices and great suggestions, what to buy, and all that good stuff. And we're here 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays in South Florida since 1995 in this building, and I've been doing this since 1977. So come by and see us anytime to get your questions or get your orders filled for precious metals. We advertise to be APMEX, SD&J, and bullion. Easy for us to do on their recognizable, reasonably priced products, and it should be as well for your local dealers. That's it, folks. I'm going to call it quits and grab a bite to eat and talk to you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye now.